Well, hello, my joyful subbies. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we will be creating a DIY using Temu napkins as well as Dollar Tree's wooden eggs. In addition, we will be doing story time, and the title of this book is Discovering the Passion Inside of You. Let's go. Let's go, guys. So in this first DIY, you will see that I'm painting the first egg in a two-tone color. First, I am going to apply the ocean color paint. This is a Waverly brand chalk paint to the bottom half of this egg. Then you will see me take the second egg so I won't have to change my brushes, and I will go ahead and paint the second egg both front and back in this same color, ocean, which is the Waverly brand chalk paint. Guys, I want to welcome everyone back to my channel, my new and returning subscribers. I want to thank everyone for wishing my honey, Uncle T, a happy birthday. His birthday was actually on Monday, but we ended up celebrating it on Tuesday because he had to work on his birthday. And now, turning your attention back to the DIY, as you can see, I put the first egg to the side to allow for it to dry, and now I've moved on to the second DIY, and I am painting the front side again and the back side in the color Ocean, which is a Waverly brand chalk paint. I'm not sure if you guys store at Walmart still carries the Waverly brand. Mine does, and I'm thankful for that. And now what I'm doing is taking one of the Temu napkins, and I am going to go ahead and apply this particular napkin to the front side of this egg. And what I did was apply the Mod Podge. I am now drying it. And what I did was diluted the Mod Podge so it wouldn't be so thick, and it allowed for me to dry it faster without having it to be a little gummy. And once I finished drying this, you will notice that I took the back layer of the napkin off. I removed that, and as you can see, I am placing it on top of my egg. And I have my parchment paper here. I have this big old iron because I misplaced my other two small ones, but I ended up straightening up my office, my crafting room today. So now I can be able to find some stuff. And once that dried, I am now taking this file. This is a fingernail file, and I'm just going around the edges, removing the excess napkin. Now this napkin, I must say, is beautiful. Temu just has some pretty napkins. So guys, I can't wait for you to let me know how you feel about these. And that was it to that particular egg. But this one, we're going to have to work at it because as you can see, I'm taking another one of these beautiful Temu napkins, removing that second ply off the back of it. And I am using my water pen so that I can remove the rabbits from the top portion, or apply the rabbits to the top portion of the egg. However, you will notice that I have this khaki paint now, and I am going to apply the paint to the top portion of the egg. Now, you will also discover that while I was painting and using my tape as my spacers, I did not space it out correctly. So I ended up with a good error because I had to add a third color paint just to make this project very cohesive. And what you will see me doing after I dry the khaki paint, I am removing the tape, and you see that little space right there. Now I am moving the tape spacer down, and I am going to apply some of this deep brown paint by Acrylogy. It is a premium acrylic paint that you can find at the Dollar Tree, and I am going to apply it to this middle section. And I will say this turned out super cute. Now this is a very rich project in color. Probably not something that you would normally style during the Easter holidays, because usually Easter is always pastel colors, but I think this turned out super cute, and I cannot wait for you to see how I brought this together. As you can see, there's a little bit of spacing or gaps there, and I had to just blend it in some more with that deep brown paint. And I am making sure that everything is fully dry. And now I am cutting out the image. I've already measured it earlier, and now I'm taking that water pen and doing my measurement again, just to make sure that I am removing the part of the napkin that I did not want to use. Now, if you want to fussy cut around this, you can. If you would prefer to use the whole napkin, you can do that as well. But for me, all I was shooting for was just the rabbits. That's all I wanted, the bunny rabbits, to put at the top of this. And I just really like the way this project turned out, and I hope you guys do as well. Also, guys, tonight I am doing another story time. Now this time I switched the books, and I'm going with one of my books that has been copywritten but have not been published. So you will be one of the first to have ever heard about or read or listened to this book. Yeah, you guys are special, so it is making its debut with you all. That's because you're my favorite people. And as you can see, I am still just trimming away using my water pen and just trying to make sure I get everything right. Just make sure that when you're using the water pen that you are careful not to overly saturate your napkin, because it can peel away the actual image that you're going for. And as you can see, I am applying the Mod Podge all over the front side of this piece. Just one giving the bottom portion extra coverage. And then I am going to do the technique wherein you dry the Mod Podge, and then you apply the napkin, and then you use your parchment paper, get your iron, and reactivate the Mod Podge. And then what that'll do is seal that image onto your project. And I am just going around and just making sure everything looks the way I want it to look. And then I was messing around trying to figure out exactly where I wanted to add my bow. And I probably should have left it there. I actually like it there, just going back and looking at the replay of the video. But I ended up putting it in the top corner, and that's fine. You can not have it or you can have it. So guys, we are moving into DIY number 2, but this is a great time for us to break and go into story time. Have you ever felt like you were called to something but couldn't quite figure out what that was? Maybe I could help. Take a listen. We were all born for a purpose and with a passion. However, there are times when we become frustrated and discouraged when we can't immediately figure out what either is for our lives. This frustration is not unique. Many people experience it daily. Have you noticed the increase in entrepreneurs and small businesses around the world, or the growing number of students enrolling in colleges and universities? Several factors play a role, but a lot of it comes down to one thing: passion. People are searching for something that gives their lives meaning, something that makes them feel alive. We all have a genuine need to feel accepted, appreciated, and valued. When those needs are not met, it can show up in negative ways. When a person begins to devalue themselves or is made to feel inferior, they can lose the passion and desire to pursue anything meaningful. Fear of failure can cause them to give up before they even begin. God has gifted each of us with different talents, whether it's singing, writing, acting, dancing, cooking, teaching, parenting, DIYing, or counseling. And while I might be able to carry a tune, I can promise you, singing is not my gift. It can be extremely frustrating trying to pinpoint the one thing you're truly passionate about. And just when you think you've figured it out, your passion may shift, leaving you feeling like your dreams are out of reach. Trying to discover your passion can feel overwhelming. The struggle is real, because what you feel passionate about today may not be what drives you a year from now, and that can leave you feeling confused about the direction of your life. If you want to hear more from my book, Discovering the Passion Inside of You, make sure you tune in next Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. for another DIY and story time with Joy. And as we head back into the second set of DIYs, as you can see, I am opening up the package and I am using this other beautiful Timu napkin, and we'll be applying it to the eggs following the same process as earlier. The only exception is I did not cut out the image from the napkin, and I just already painted Mod Podge, and now I am just doing everything in one step. So I would just sit back and allow you to watch this project come together. And now you see me just distressing around each one of the eggs, and then where I went heavy, I just wiped it off because I didn't want to have the distressing very deep and heavy-handed. So I will allow you to continue to watch me as I bring this project to a close. And guys, we are now at the reveal. I think these turned out super cute. This is set number 1 using the blue napkins, and here is set number 2. I think these equally turned out cute, and the distressing hid the imperfections that were made by me not separating the napkins. And here they are styled together. I think these turned out super cute. Guys, you gotta leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about these projects, as well as what did you think about story time with joy, the discovering the passion inside of you. All right, until the next DIY and story time, make sure you leave me your likes, your comments, your shares, your subscribes if you have yet to do so. So until the next DIY, bye for now.